can you take a microphone? Sorry, I don't think people can hear you.
You can take them. And he's got nice attitudes. He's lovely,
My question again is about Charing Cross A&E, and it picks up on some of the concerns mentioned earlier about not only how the capacity will be expanded at St Mary's, but also how it will be, given that the overall capacity is being cut, how are you going to be able to not only get better with the amount of people you're seeing now, but in the future? I was a patient at Charing Cross A&E and was an inpatient, so I know that not everybody who turns up in an A&E is going to be able to get out the same day, and not everybody who turns up in an A&E is going to turn up in an ambulance either. What about the impacts of people having to go to Paddington from Hammersmith or Acton, where I live? That would have been significantly more difficult for me. So I'm really just concerned, when you say that Charing Cross is going to be a specialist hospital, it seems like you're already deciding that the A&E there is not going to be able to take patients like I was, because you don't have any inpatient beds. So I'm concerned about capacity and transport, I guess, are my two major concerns.
Okay, thank you.
So the changes that we're talking about at Charing Cross Hospital mean that going forward, approximately 80% of the patients that are currently seen at Charing Cross will be able to continue to be seen at Charing Cross. The vast majority of patients that we see at Charing Cross either come to us through our urgent care centre, through our ambulatory services, our outpatient services, or our elective surgical services, and those are the services that will be continuing at Charing Cross. I started the presentation around our clinical strategy, talking about our clinical strategy being seen within the context of the broader clinical strategy for North West London. And that clinical strategy also needs to be seen in the context of the changing demographics of the population, the changing needs of the population, and the changing technology, which is giving us cause to think about how we can deliver services into the future to meet the future service needs of patients. I talked about some of the different models of care that we already have in place. One great example of that is our one-stop shop services for
one-stop shop
and
services.
People with breast cancer.
Let's pump up our tyres, yeah?
Excuse me, can you
No.
be quiet and let people
Well, it's
talk?
rubbish what they're saying. You don't understand. No,
Give people
really.
the opportunity
No,
to
don't you
talk.
tell me neither. Yeah? Shush yourself. It's about my hospital, okay? And I will defend my hospital. And if I hear wrong, I will speak about my hospital. And I can't help it if it's not helping you.
No, it's not about me.
I see my residents every day.
Okay.
Yes, but do you know what she's doing? Can you understand what's happening?
It's here.
Oh my days. I've seen you at every meeting. We know
Right,
what's
okay,
going
that's
on.
enough. Let people speak. That everybody wants to have an opportunity. Carry on, Tracey.
So the model of care I was describing was for a one-stop visit for people who have a suspicion of having breast cancer. At the moment we have set up a model where you can have your investigations, receive your diagnosis on the same day, and the vast majority of people can go home comforted that they haven't indeed got cancer. That is a pilot we've got for one surgical stream. We'd like to implement that across all of the disciplines at Charing Cross. It's just one example of the new models of care we need to think about being able to deliver to the community. And we need to be able to do that in purpose-built facilities, and facilities that really do de-hospitalise the services that we're trying to deliver, and better integrate those services to services delivered within the community. I absolutely understand that change is difficult, but change has occurred across the NHS for as long as the NHS has been around. We will continue to innovate in terms of the services that we deliver. Technologies will continue to change the amount of time people need to be seen and treated in hospital, and we need to be responding to the community's desires to be able to be kept well at home. So we need to move from an illness model to a wellness model. And these models of care we're talking about are doing exactly that.
So, could you speak? That didn't really answer my question.
Exactly.
It's droll. There was a question there about transport to say